Hi there. Today I'm here to share with you my personal experience on statistics and how I learned it. So, how many of you think statistics is a dull subject? Well, personally, I used to think statistics is a very dull subject. Until recently, I have changed my opinion. And why was that? Because I came to know the proper approach to statistics. So, in this video, we will be talking about a wrong approach to statistics, and afterwards, what will be the correct approach. This entire series of statistics will be focused on the correct approach to statistics. But in this video, we will be talking about just introduction to the statistics. So, what would be the wrong way or wrong approach to statistics, or what is that element which makes you think statistics is a boring subject? Why do you think is that so? Well, let me explain. Well, for many of us, the dullness in statistics comes from the fact that we are taught the formulas but not the essence of formulas. We are not taught how to admire the art of statistics. Or, to put it simply, they don't teach you why the formula for standard deviation is summation x squared upon n. They just say this formula is given. It's something like God gifted. It's something like gospel. They say this formula is gospel and we are taught to use this formula, but they don't tell us why should we use this formula. So in this entire series, we will be cracking each and every single formulas. So the correct approach to learning statistics would be first of all learning concept and afterwards deriving the formulas the way we do. Why do we do the way we do? But before starting about statistics, let's talk about a very important term, data. So, what is data? So, data is quantitative information that you obtain by doing survey. Well, survey is basically like asking people about the questions. You go and ask people questions like, what is your income, what is your age? So when you ask these questions with a whose answer will be a certain number, and when you collect this answer from a large group of people, that is what you call data. So now let's talk about the core of statistics. So the first aspect of the core of statistics will be collection. Recently, we've just talked about data. So how do we collect the data? That process is called collection. Well, it could be a survey. And after doing the survey, you get a massive stack of numbers. All those numbers, when you have all those numbers, the first step is statistics, that is collection, is fulfilled. So another core aspect of statistical method would be presentation. So what is presentation? I believe most of us are familiar with this presentation method. Since our very early academic period, we have been taught about histograms, pie charts, bar graphs, and so on. Well, we all know these things, and these tools are very useful and helpful to us in presenting the data we all have. Otherwise, it would be very difficult for us to realize and remember the massive stack of data. So, we use presentation techniques in statistical method quite frequently. After presentation, another most important aspect of statistic will be analysis. So analysis basically means calculations. To put it simply, it would be calculation. So in this section, we would be studying about mean, mode, median, and standard deviations, correlations, and so on. Well, this will be the most important part, and in our entire series we will be focused. This is the most important part, and in our entire series we will be focused about these things. Interpretation is one of the most commonly neglected part in statistics, especially for a student like us. But it is in fact the most important and key factor in statistics that determines analysis. If your analysis is not suitable for interpretation, then that analysis would not be a good analysis. So interpretation will be another one of the most important part in statistical methods. So in this video, we have learned about the wrong approach to statistics, that would be rote learning formulas. So in this series, we will help you to admire why we do what we do in statistics, and going and learning statistics in that way would be perhaps the better way. So at the introduction of statistics, we have learned about the data. Data is basically quantitative information that we obtain after doing a survey. And the core of statistics, the things that statisticians focus on would be four things. First would be collection of data. Second thing, it will be presentation of data. Third things, analysis of data, the most important one. We will be analyzing all sorts of data in this entire series, and that is what we are taught in our general course books and so on. And the next thing would be interpretation of the data. Well, if your interpretation is good, if your analysis can produce a good interpretation, then your analysis would be valid. So basically, interpretation is what determines usefulness of your analysis. So these four things would be one of the most important. In fact, so these four things would be the core of statistics. So thank you. I think this is it for today's video. And in next video, we will talk about central tendency. So in next video, we will talk about central tendency of the data. So I hope you will be connected in the next video. Follow me for if you want more videos about statistics, you can follow me on YouTube. Thank you.